Yo, what is going on, and welcome to SurrounDead. This is an open world kind of single player DayZ game. If you've never seen it before, there's looting, there's base building, all kinds of cool stuff. We have a floating lamp right here. That's my bad. If any of those mechanics seem cool to you or anything like that, subscribe. I upload every day. Now listen, this is my base. And, a lot of times I'll start a video at my base and I'll go explore somewhere, or I'll go get some kind of supplies that I need. But I don't think I've ever kind of shown off. I mean, I went over the updates coming up to the game soon, and I was kind of looking around my base and stuff, but I wasn't really giving a tour. So I wanted to kind of look over at my base, check it out, show you kind of what's going on, and kind of how I set up my base and how I organize stuff. Maybe you'll pick up some tips on stuff you can do. Or maybe you'll learn what not to do, honestly. It is going to get kind of dark soon here. Check out my scuba... what is it called? Scuba oil rig pants. The last episode of SurrounDead I explored the oil rig. That was crazy. Yeah, this is my base. When you first explore this area, I'll show you where this is on the map. It starts off as pretty much a abandoned warehouse. There's nothing in this place at all. But you have the gate around it, and you have the structure itself, and I'll show you where it is. So this is the map here. If you go to the city of Whitewood, it's kind of on, I don't know, if we scroll out, it's kind of right in the middle, actually. And there's a road, like a side road that goes north from the city, and you'll get to this, what is this POI called? It's called the Abandoned Warehouse, and your empty warehouse, perfect as a base. So this will be a POI that you can actually explore. And when you first find it, it'll have the gates up and stuff. There will be no lights or anything like that. Honestly, I probably need to move these lights, but anyway. But yeah, you get a warehouse here, and you can open and close the warehouse doors. It's pretty cool. Let's turn on the generator here. Sorry, that probably flashbanged you. Yeah, it doesn't come with a generator, doesn't come with any shelving, no furniture. It's literally empty in here. I placed all of these items. But you get these side rooms as well. Get a little room here. You even get this side room back here. This room I don't really use. As you can see, it's mad dark over there. So there's still some stuff that I could do with the base. The way base building in this game works is... like how power works is there's a bubble around the generator basically, and it'll power everything in that vicinity. So all the lights and stuff that I have, they're all powered via that generator. So it might be kind of tough when you first get to this area to get lighting and stuff, but you can just find a sleeping bag or something and go to sleep during the night, which honestly might be a better we could keep it dark. It's kind of a vibe out here. I do like how the lighting happens. Like, it really does feel kind of scary out there in the darkness. And it's not even, like, pure nighttime yet. I built this guard tower here. I was kind of messing with it when I was doing the horde nights. Or the horde beacons. So, that's why this is all messed up. But yeah, let's look at the base, kind of look at how I organize all my items and stuff, and I'll kind of give you a tour. Forgive my inventory. I haven't offloaded all my loot from the oil rig. It's kind of insane. There's just backpacks on loot on backpacks. Insanity. We got weapon cases in here, all kinds of stuff, but we won't worry about that right now. So, I do have 2 cars. I have the truck. This is what I've used for most of the series here, and I really like the truck. It kind of got outclassed by the Humvee, though. This is a faster, I think it's more durable, and it has more storage inside. So you can kind of see it has, 10 by 8 storage. I'm guessing on that, by the way. I could be wrong. And this one has smaller, probably 8 by 8. So the Humvee, I think, is better in pretty much every way, but... it's good to have multiple vehicles because, when you go, let's say you go super far out. Let's just say, for example, you go all the way to New Richland, right? And let's just say, I don't know, you throw a grenade and it doesn't go right and you die. That would never happen to me. But having another vehicle, it allows you to drive back out there so you don't have to walk the whole way. So... when you're doing your playthrough, I definitely recommend grabbing a couple vehicles as you find them, because they randomly spawn kind of on the rows and stuff around your base. So when you find them, you kind of want to stop what you're doing, get some vehicles back at the base. So yeah, here's the structure. I didn't build the structure itself, but pretty much everything inside of it I did. The gates on the outside I didn't. These are my gates I placed. I don't know what I was doing here. I probably placed that 30 episodes ago. We have some lighting out here. I have a tent. This is kind of... I'm keeping this here because this is kind of the first thing I placed down in this area. Was this tent. And it's got like gas and stuff in it. I don't know. It's cool. You know, while we're doing this, let's actually make sure that our vehicles have repair kits in them. Whoops. I wasn't intending on doing this, but here I am. Yeah, so that's kind of the first tent I placed down. So I'm keeping it for memory's sake, if you will. And yeah, everything in this main room, this is kind of my main area that I use. And everything in here, I found looting. Basically, there is some stuff that I crafted, like these green storage containers I did craft. We'll go over crafting in a little bit. But yeah, let's just go around and look at all the different storage containers and kind of how I organize. We have these tool cabinets. I have them kind of organized a little bit. Like this is kind of less common tool stuff. And then here's your bulk stuff. These are all tools and materials and stuff that you find or you can buy in the worlds. Next, I crafted these military supply crates. This is a pretty good storage container to craft because it's so big. It's huge. And in here we have magazines on the top portion here. There's just tons of different magazine containers, basically. All stuff for magazines. They're not super organized, but they kind of are. So if I grab a gun, I come over here and I'll probably be able to find some magazines for it. That's kind of what I'm doing here. This backpack also has mags. Still need to find a P90. Is that gun in the game? I don't even know. Let me know if you found a P90. Leave me a comment. And then on the bottom here, excuse me, I have the hiccups. This is all weapon attachments. So we have, scopes and red dots and foregrips. We have suppressors, tactical lights, even some night vision in here. So if I have if I need mags or I need weapon attachments, they're going to be in this thing here. We have our ammo area here. There's going to be, obviously your common ammos, throwables. I've got, some, like these 40 millimeter grenades. I'm not really sure how to shoot those yet, but you never know. I also have bullet casings in here in case I want to craft some ammo. And then we have our gun lockers, which obviously is going to have guns. I've tried to do my best having one copy of every gun in here to try and collect. I mean, already we have 2 M4 CQBs, so that was kind of a failure. I'm going to skip this. This is kind of our melee weapons, but let's just go through the guns for now. Just an assortment of different guns. A lot of these I don't use. But, I just like, I'm kind of a hoarder in games like this. I like to collect everything. Here's some legendary and named items. You love these. I think this is like a graphical glitch on this thing. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to look all orange like that. We have a rocket launcher. Maybe that's what you use the grenades. No, it uses 66 millimeter rockets. I don't even think I have any of those. Here's some more legendary weapons. Along with this Black Ops USP. I think this thing's kind of rare. That's cool. And a lot of my rolls on these aren't very good. So when you look at, for example, when you look at the stats for this named Marksman's Legacy sniper, the bar underneath the damage, you see how it's almost filled up? That's the potential for how strong the gun is, basically. So if this bar was more filled up, that damage stat would be higher, and that's how you kind of know you got a good roll or not. I believe that's how it works. And typically my rolls aren't very good. Like this M2010 kind of sucks. You can see how bad the damage roll is. A dream, obviously a god roll gun is to have all of these bars filled up. And that's kind of end game, what you can look for in this game. Here's some more guns too. HK, ACR. Kind of want to rock an ACR or something like that. I don't know. I have the guns on me are my favorite, obviously. I kind of use those primarily. But that's our firearms. I've tried to, I've explored a lot and I've looted a lot. And this is kind of what I've noticed to be the main arsenal in the game. I think I'm still missing some guns, but you know, I'm not the type of person that looks it up. Here's a random legendary or a named weapon here, and then we have some weapon cases in here. You can't put weapon cases in gun lockers, unfortunately, but here's some kind of utility, like with the sledgehammer, it can damage rocks and trash objects. Obviously, pickaxe breaks rocks, axe breaks wood, so it's good to have those. Then we have some melee weapons that are good to have. Kind of started that collection, you know, before I got a little overpowered. Like this dark machete, it's got 48 damage per slice, and you can just swing this thing like crazy. Like, look out for this. This is one of the best items in the game. It's so good. We have some extra weapon cases in here. Nothing in here, really. So, it's kind of my gun collection right here. Again, I just kind of put stuff in a convenient spot. Typically, in other survival games, I'm pretty big on decoration and stuff, but this is kind of haphazard. Moving on, we have, you know, some clothes. So I think I crafted both of these clothing cupboards. We have backpacks, clothes, helmets. Haven't really gone through this in a while. We have a sickening amount of backpacks. I'm just spam clicking. There's just tons of crap all in here. It would take me forever to look through all this, but just know there's plenty of clothes and stuff in here. Here's another backpack stack. Just some random backpacks. Probably don't need this many, but, you know, it's cool. More backpacks. These large black military backpacks is what I like to use. But we have even more. But honestly, when I go out and loot, I should probably be grabbing a backpack. But it is what it is. Here's our safe. This is where we store our currency and stuff. This is our dollars. Honestly, we could probably put some money back in here right now. We really don't need all this money on us. Let's just keep 2,800 on us for now. So that's our cash, and then in the wallet here we have our key cards, and we just have a sickening amount of key cards. But you know, I don't know. I like having key cards. It's cool. Let's put our credits in here with the cash. We don't need those on us. You know, I don't need to be carrying every valuable I have. But yeah, that's the same. I think I crafted that as well, and that's where I put, you know, key cards and currency basically. You have some green storage boxes that I crafted. You got miscellaneous. This is just, you know, skill books, batteries, air filters, just literal miscellaneous stuff. This military intel laptop, probably should use that eventually. This kind of marks an area on the map, and it marks like a chest on the map that has a legendary item in it. It's pretty cool. We have repair kits, self-explanatory. Excuse me. There is building stuff here, like furniture. Probably should rename it furniture, but you know, that's fine. But it's a bunch of placeable objects. This is kind of where I put all that stuff. We have medicine, just tons of medicine. It's pretty organized too. You know, we have miscellaneous meds, large health kits, smaller health kits, and just a random med bag. We got a cool couch. Can't sit on the couches. Not sure what's up with that. Obviously, food and water's in our fridge here. I just have sickening amounts of food and water. I will never run out at this point. I wish they would make like food and water a little bit more rare in the game, because, you know, that's a big part of survival games. Let me drink this actually. And you know, it's like when you have so much food and water, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have these water purification tablets in the game. Sorry, charcoal tablets. Yeah, water purification tablets. And it's like, I don't even see the use of those, because you come across so much ready to drink water. I don't know. I feel like food and water should be more rare. That might be frustrating to people, and maybe I'll change that setting, actually. I think there's a lot of settings you can change. This is where I sleep. Little sleeping bag. Probably could craft a bed. We'll look at the crafting options later. So our generator, obviously I already showed you that. It's got 95% fuel. It lasts a really long time. So, you know, once you have a generator here, don't be too afraid to use it. There's gas everywhere in the game, so don't stress. And then this shelf right here is kind of like my staging area on stuff that I want to sell. So this bottom box is to sell, and then this one I haven't named, but it's also to sell. And you have some backpacks in here with tons of weapon crates, and I think it's pretty full. This is all stuff that I would like to sell. And it's just loot that we've gotten from different adventures. Yeah, it's all full. Like, look at all this shit. And so that's why I have the second box as well. This is empty, luckily, but yeah, when I want, you know, when I'm saving stuff to sell, like obviously I don't want to go to the camps every single time I'm done looting something, so I'll kind of hoard it temporarily. And unfortunately in the game, I think that's one of the weak points of the game is you do get a pretty big excess amount of loot. And I'm pulling up the map here because here's my base, this abandoned warehouse. And this valley safe zone, this has a bunch of traders here. So it's a great little drive. That's why this is such a good base location. Because you're in the center of the map. And then you're really close to the valley safe zone. So you can go over there and sell your stuff. It's really nice. But like I was saying, the amount of things there are to spend money on is pretty limited. I wish there was some I don't know, end game furniture or end game clothing that you could save up money for. And I feel like the traders don't have enough money either. Once they run out of money, you can't sell them any more items. So, you know, I'm kind of getting bogged down with stuff to sell. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too hoardy. I don't know. But yeah, that's our main little warehouse area. This is typically everything I use in here. And, you know, for the sake of the video, I did pull my cars out of the garage. But a lot of times I'll pull both cars in here. I'll have them both parked in here. And that's this main area. Here's our crafting area. There is some miscellaneous furniture and stuff. When I first moved into this base, one of the main storage containers I was able to find was tents. And so I had, dude, it looked like a homeless encampment in here. There's just tents everywhere. And that's how I was organizing a lot of my loot. So this is kind of a remnant of that. Just kind of, you know, from back in the day when I used that. But there's some random furniture in here. But, you know, the main thing in here is our crafting benches. So you have your crafting workbench. You can craft mainly other crafting benches here. You can also craft, you know, like wood planks, high quality metal, a lot of stuff that you need for that. I didn't realize you could craft vehicle repair kits in here. That's cool. I should probably be crafting those. From this crafting bench, you can make some other benches. So the construction workbench. Here's where you craft all of your, you know, your building stuff basically. So this is all stuff that, you know, I explored this a little bit, but, you know, I would really like to, you know, dive into this a little bit more. Like this tent cover, this looks cool. All kinds of cool stuff. Like a tank trap. You could really role play and kind of get immersed in here. There's also modular buildings. So you can craft, you know, walls and foundations and roofs, all kinds of cool stuff. I haven't really messed with that. Maybe I'll build my own base someday. I don't know. It's going to take a lot of wood. So we'll see. Yeah, that's your construction workbench. It's good to have. It's good to have. I even I crafted some stuff to cover up these skylights. When you first move in here, all these skylights are open. So when it's raining, it just rains all in your base. It's kind of ugly. So I crafted some, I think these are just floors that I put up there. And I put them above. They're kind of clipping through. Don't worry about it. It is what it is. It's my base, okay? You make your base look better than mine. So yeah, that's the construction workbench. We also have the disassembly workbench. Maybe I should use this a little bit more. Like if I put a flashlight in here, it makes high quality metal. That's pretty good. Honestly, maybe I should start selling less stuff and disassemble stuff. I don't know. You have your weapons and equipment workbench. Tons of cool stuff you can craft here. Mainly weapon cleaning kits and armor repair kits. You can make ammo. You can make makeshift suppressors. You can make armor and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's kind of your crafting. I haven't used this dresser. And that's kind of the main base. Like I was going to utilize this, but I don't know. I feel like we have too much space perhaps. So yeah, I just haven't used this. And then I haven't even really gone in this back room here. But it might be cool to have, you know, maybe when co-op comes out, this might be a better base for multiple people because you could have your own space, maybe. You know, each one of these being a little bedroom or something like that. And then you could have a little community area where you store your items and stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of different possible base locations in the game. And the game's in early access too, so, you know, still working on it. But that's kind of my main base here. I also, I crafted some, right, I found some chain link fences and stuff, some metal fences, and I didn't really know what to do with them, so I just kind of put them out here. But obviously this isn't like ideal. And I also crafted this little watchtower. This thing's cool. I had the light, that's why the light's hovering over here. But I had the light like on the edge, and then I moved it, and it's ugly. But I don't know. So like, why would you craft this? There's honestly no reason. Like, you don't need fencing and stuff around your base because nothing ever attacks your home. It's not like 7 Days to Die where there's, horde nights where you got to defend your base. I kind of think that maybe the game should have that, because I do feel just like completely invincible in this base, and it's just wide open. Like, I don't know, it would be cool if there was some danger, so I maybe prioritize building, some walls and gates here so nothing could get in. But, it's just not where the game's at. I don't know if that's the plan. I know the future updates, it's, we're looking at a infection system, some new POIs and stuff, so I don't know. We shall see. It's been a couple months without updates. But yeah, this is the base, dude. It's been a while since I just kind of showed like how I organize stuff, and I do a lot of, like, when I loot POIs and stuff, I do a lot of the organization off camera, like, and then I'll end the episode at the POI, and then off camera I'll come back and I'll distribute all my gear, organize everything, put stuff in the to sell stuff, and then get my inventory ready to go, and then I hit record and I start the next episode, and you never really see the in between stuff. And I know I've done a lot of base changes, through all the different episodes that I've done. So I just wanted to show it off, dude. I'm actually quite proud of this base. It's not super customized. There's not a bunch of cosmetic stuff, but the way this place is organized, I'm super proud of it, and I think it works really well. But yeah, dude. Hey, SurrounDead. This is a pretty chill little episode. Most times, this is not how SurrounDead goes. I like to explore. I like to loot. I like to kill bosses. But yeah, I just wanted to, have a little video here where I show off my base, something chill for once. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I appreciate you watching, and like I said, subscribe if you like SurrounDead and you like the idea of like a zombie looting kind of inventory management survival game. Like, this game, it really hits all those checkboxes really well. And, either honestly get the game for yourself. It's a blast. Or, hey, tag along, watch along. Next episode, hey, we're kind of anticipating the next update. So I'm not saying I'm stalling, but there's plenty of stuff to explore. So I'm not stalling. But, I am just kind of doing my thing until the update starts. Here's the other side of this is that, when the update drops, I am going to start over. So this is going to be gone. I mean, I'm going to keep the save and everything. It's going to be kind of a remnant. Maybe we'll check it out someday. But, we will be starting fresh. So, subscribe if you want to get in on that and watch a nice fresh playthrough of this game. It's going to be cool. There's going to be a lot of new challenges. And yeah, but I appreciate you watching. And hey, I'll see you later with more SurrounDead. We'll do some cool exploration. We'll have a good time. See you later. Subscribe. Bye.